Hello, my friends. My name is Lewis Lockhart, and welcome to part 4 of the Road to Netherite challenge. Last episode, in part 3, I got jump scared at a tree while harvesting resources. This time around, we're going to go ahead and continue finishing the house, and I'm going to try and complete one of the goals on my little challenge. And that goal is to build some walls around this village, expand the village just a little bit, and just really get started on that first challenge. First challenge, in case you do not remember, is to, well, build walls around the village, but also to really try to start a raid. I need ominous potions for that, which means I have to find a pillager captain or go to a trial chamber for something like that. But for now, whenever I finish the walls, I don't know if I'll do any walls. Actually, no, I'll put it in my challenge. I will do walls. I'll have to build some walls. Does it extend the episodes a bit? Yeah, kinda. But I feel like that's worth it, especially with the challenge. I think what I'm going to do, I was going to originally do like increase the chances to have like a 2 times better chance, but instead, I think instead of having it 1 in 10,000, I'll just lower it down to 1 in 9,000 and just steadily decrease it over and over by 1,000 and then eventually 100. And then when it gets too hectic, where it's happening way too often, like where my heart or whatever can't take it, then I will change it to like, I'll change it to something a bit more manageable. Probably reset it back to 10k. The reason why I want to increase the chances is because, like, it makes it more entertaining. It makes this less of just a Minecraft series and more like like an actual like modded series. Because, like, apart from Vanilla Perfected, this just kind of feels like vanilla Minecraft, which that is the point of Vanilla Perfected, is to feel like Minecraft, still without it restricting to make it feel like something else. But still, I want to make sure that the FOXY mod is occurring as often as possible without it losing its charm, which is why I mentioned I want to reset it if it starts getting too much. If you keep up with the community posts, I have been, not really sick, it was just more like a common cold. The common cold's now gone, it's now I just have allergies, which sucks, but allergies is better than not being able to breathe. The allergies are also calming down, thankfully. I just have the sniffles and stuff now. Recently, I went to celebrate my friend Lofi, her birthday, with a few friends and my partner. I also made a community post on that too. Where I shared a picture of matching bracelets that I have with my partner. They're lovely. I love them. It was nice to get to see them again. That was the first time I got to see them this year. I try to get to see them as much as I can, but ever since my truck broke down, truck started just being weird and stuff, it's just made it harder to go get to see my partner as often. Last time I saw them was earlier this year, not earlier this year, later last year, so right in October. It was the last time I saw them, was October of 2025. Crazy. It took to March of this year to see my partner again. Is there any slabs to this? There is. It's not as prominent. I had this weird dream recently where, I don't know how to describe it, but it was a dream of a person who did not look familiar at all to me. And I was at like a high school rally or something. It was so weird. Like, it was me when I was in high school. I remember that part of the dream. Like, I can tell it was me from high school because I still had, longer hair than I do now. And I was at, like, a high school rally. It wasn't even my high school, it was someone else's or something. Because, like, there were black and gold banners around, and that was not the colors of my high school. And there's a person who was talking with me, and then there was another friend of mine who was in the dream, who I do recognize, and it's my friend Mason. So, like, okay, Mason's in the dream, and then we got this random girl who's talking to me in the dream, and it's like, who the hell are you? What the hell is this dream? Like, is it even a dream, or was I just, like, in a liminal space or something? Because, like, in the dream, the high school field was empty. It was literally just Mason and I and this random woman, or girl, on the fucking benches, like the metal benches you see at football games and stuff. It's so weird. And then suddenly it's kind of like there's like a flash in the dream where like now I'm at this girl's house and she got a big ass mansion and stuff, and I'm just confused as all hell, like what the hell is happening. And I woke up like a minute before my alarm went off, and then I was just sitting in bed like, what the hell was I dreaming about? This is nothing like what I usually dream about. Like, I normally dream about, like, seeing my partner, and stuff. Get to see them and such, that sort of stuff. But, like, this time around, my brain, I guess, was like, no, we're gonna give you some weird, obscure-ass dream or something. Something that could have happened type of dream, It's just like, okay, well, I don't care. I don't care if this could have happened. Yeah, it's a weird ass stream. I forgot, that's not how you make slabs, which is so weird. That's the trapdoor recipe. I still never thought about it, but like, why is that the trapdoor recipe? So they're coming out with a new Minecraft Dungeons. They're coming out with a Minecraft Dungeons 2, which I know a lot of people were not very fan of. They're like, you could just bring those features into normal Minecraft. But personally, myself, I don't care if that gets brought into normal Minecraft. There's so many Endermen around. Anyway, I actually am quite excited for Minecraft Dungeons 2, because I put a lot of my time into playing Minecraft Dungeons 1, because it's just so fun. I really love the gameplay loop of that one. Like, I know the base game was very short, so I did buy the Ultimate Edition. It was on sale for $6. And I know I understand everybody's criticisms on the game and stuff, but that doesn't deter me from having fun on the game, okay? Like, I think one of my favorite things about myself that I'm able to do is I get to enjoy games that normally everybody would just go on the hate train for. Like, I shit you not, this would probably offend somebody or something, or make someone question me or whatever, but I did manage to sit down and enjoy Redfall. However, I will not glaze the game because I will admit, the issues of the game, they weren't present at the start of the game, other than the low FPS, but low FPS doesn't bother me that much. What did bother me though is that when you got to the later parts of the game, the second act and third act, that's when the game got bad. That's when the game went from, hey, this is pretty fun. This is nothing like what the people are saying about, and then this, other than the FPS, and then suddenly, that's not the skyline iron. Is you? No, that's not you. But then, whenever you get to the when you get to the second part of the game, at least on release, when you get to the second part of the game, oh boy, yeah, that's when the reviewers actually, are actually speaking the truth. I just wish they kind of specified it, because like the first part of the game of Redfall is obviously the best part, but the second part, the third part was just so boring. Oh my god. But I did enjoy the game regardless. I did like the concept. I wish that Arcane wasn't pressured by Microsoft to make a game they didn't want to make. some people say, hey, that's the life of living with Microsoft, but Microsoft used to be a company where you could have the creative freedom to create what you want. At least that's what it felt like, at least. I could be wrong on all this, but still, regardless. Someone's gonna look at my storage and go, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm sorry that's not organized yet. I will organize it soon. I'm just worried about other matters first. Such as getting food. Okay, so I finished that part. Okay, I need to finish these parts right here. I think I need more logs. My dad's playing music. I really hope it's not picking up on the microphone. Last episode or whatever. Not last episode. There's an episode that I had where I had to just stop recording. I think it was during my recording of Subnautica. Yeah. That Subnautica death run video. I had to stop recording at one point because my dad's music was picking up on the microphone. Now, from what I can hear, it's not super loud right now. So, of course, it's not going to be an issue. But when Dad was playing his music super loud the other day, when I was doing the death run last month or whatever, dude, it was so loud it picked up on the microphone like 100% of the time. It was so annoying because it's just like, I love his music, don't get me wrong, but oh my god, when you're trying to record Let's Plays and copyright is like a big thing, you know, where just a snippet of songs sometimes can get you copyright struck, which is stupid, because like YouTube Shorts, you can play whatever songs on that and you'll be fine. But anyway. Dad was playing music so loud in my death run video that like I had to cut out some parts, and I felt so bad because it was like at that point when I finished the death run, it was like I should have just re-recorded it all and just waited until like midnight or whatever, because like my dad doesn't blast music at a certain time, at like past a certain time, which is dumb, but nothing I can do about it. What am I looking for? So we're looking at these chests while talking. Caused me to just stop thinking. The second I begin recording is when he starts playing the music. I feel like he does it intentionally sometimes, but the reason why I feel like he does it intentionally is because recently I've gotten into big debates. Not even debates. It's not even a fucking debate. I don't even know why this is something to be debated on. So I was reminiscing. I was kind of having nostalgia for classes that I had in high school. Because they were really cool classes, like environmental science and understanding diversity. Which, that's the one I mainly started talking about. There's two classes that I took in high school that were optional. They were not forced on us, okay? So this is not, like, classes that were forced on us. This was completely optional. I wanted to get some extra credit in to just get, like, closer to graduation. So, I took two optional classes during separate semesters. Took a biblical literature class, just talked about the Bible. It wasn't really a Bible studies class, it was just kind of like the history of the Bible and like trying to tell the difference between which versions were created from bias and which ones were created from the heart of the Christian people and stuff. I thought that class was really interesting because the teacher who taught that class was just, one, extremely unbiased. Like, if you were a different religion, she'd respect that. She didn't care. I mean, she cared, but she didn't care in like a, oh, you should be a Christian type care. She was more like, oh, that's really neat. What, and like, she'd ask you questions on that religion too. Like, what do you guys believe in and stuff. It's just, I thought it was really cool, you know. She cared about like, what's the differences between like, you know, Christians and like Buddhists, for example. Because like, I align, and like, I'm not big on religion. I kind of just, when it comes to religions, I kind of look at every religion, what they believe in, and just kind of piece it together myself of what would be like the overall belief for me. Like, I take some things from Buddhism, like the belief of reincarnation and such like that. Because, I don't know, reincarnation just sounds neat, and I've seen videos online and through documentaries where people are remembering their past lives or whatever. Now, I know in psychology that there's actually, there's a psychological condition that disproves that theory. And that psychological condition is like remembering false memories or something like that. I know that disproves that theory, just like how science can literally disprove God in many ways. To which I won't disagree with that either. Sometimes there's some things that whenever science can't explain it, that's when I'll go into like believing it more, which that's what usually religious people do anyway. If science can't prove it, then that's when you put in the religions, and that's when they do that. I just wish that, like, we could be a lot more equal. Not equal, but, like, a lot more, like, treat each other fairly when it comes to religions. Because, like, goddamn, man. Why are we fighting wars to say which belief is right when you can't even fucking prove that it's correct? It's called a belief for a reason. You believe in it because you think it's true, but you can't factually prove that it's actually true. You know? Like, I'm sorry if I offend anyone who's my viewers who are believing that, like, Christianity is real, Jesus is real or anything like that. I'm just trying to say that, like, I just wish that we could, like, stop being so hostile towards each other just because we believe on something different. Like, I don't believe God is real. The Big Bang Theory with the universe and stuff, I like that more. It sounds cooler. The fact that one day the universe just kind of said, you know what, let's exist, and then boom! Started existing. I don't know. I like explosions, okay? Don't fault me. But anyway, back to topic with like I was originally talking about biblical literature, and then I got into the rant about religious wars and how pointless they are. But anyway. So, I took a biblical literature class in high school during my senior year. My parents, my family, had zero issues with this class. They're like, awesome, we're glad that you are trying to convert yourself to being a Christian. First of all, Mom and Dad, I'm not converting to be a Christian. I was just curious about the Bible. Shut the fuck up. And then, when I took the Understanding Diversity class, my dad was the biggest one who had an issue with this. My grandma was skeptical, but she wasn't too prying on it as my father was. But I took Understanding Diversity willingly. This was not a class that was enforced on literally anyone. Literally, everybody had a choice between like 12 other classes. But I wasn't going to take speech or some other boring class. Understanding Diversity sounded interesting. And since I'm a big history nerd, I knew for a fact I was going to learn something like historical about the world in that class. And I did. I learned more history about the Middle East. Which doesn't shock me that they covered the Middle East. But hey, it was pretty interesting nonetheless. In that class, it was mostly just learning, like food around the world and stuff. Food and, like, important figures in history and stuff. Like, we got to learn about Malala, I think was her name. She was a girl who, like, got pushed out by the Taliban from, Pakistan or whatever. Like, Taliban invaded Pakistan, took over that whole country, and did some terrorist shit with it. Did some horrible things with it. And Malala stuck up against the Taliban, almost got killed, and then ended up winning a Nobel Peace Prize for trying to fight for peace in the Middle East. Which is pretty cool that, like, I'm pretty sure she was 12 doing this, 12 years old. Pretty cool that 12-year-old girl can do that. She's doing better than U.S. politicians right now. U.S. politicians could never, unfortunately. But, we got to learn how to make, like, tea from the Middle East, like, what people from the Middle East prefer, and their tea and stuff, which was really cool. We got to learn a special dessert from, I think it was Britain or something. No, it wasn't Britain, it was something else. No, it was a dessert from, like, Africa or something, I don't remember. But we got to learn, like, cool desserts, recipes, got to cook some food. Some of it was good, some of it was meh. It was a really cool time. It was a really fun class. And, I had to look into what DEI meant, because I didn't know what the hell it was. My dad was complaining that it was the high school forcing its DEI policies, but I was like, First of all, Dad, I don't remember this high school even having DEI policies. There's not a single class that refers to like DEI or whatever. So I had to Google DEI, okay? I didn't even know what it was. A quick Google search and a brief summary. This is a very, very brief summary. But DEI is literally just the American government trying to push on anti-racism, which I don't see an issue with that, but apparently there was issues with it. Not shocking. America is probably the most racist country, probably. I don't know, maybe not. But apparently DEI failed because some of the things that they were imposing and trying to force was really bad or whatever. Half the stuff, I can't tell if it was just Republicans being upset that people were being less racist or whatever. But anyway, regardless, it was apparently a bad thing. But it said in my research when I was looking up on several websites like Forbes, and even though I don't like Forbes, also I looked at other like news media. I looked at not CBC, that's Control Bear Control. Fucking what is it called? CNBC? That's what they're called, CNBC, something like that. I also looked at other ABC, CNBC, and there's another one I also looked at that also talked about DEI. Oh, and I also looked at Fox just to be curious because I don't like Fox's fucking news, but I looked at it just to try to be a little bit unbiased. They all pretty much said the exact same thing. DEI was forcing classes on people, on students and stuff, to be anti-racist. Well, if it was enforced classes, then it did not apply to the Understanding Diversity class, because that class was not forced on me. No one tried to lure me to take that class or anything. Literally, my counselor, when it came to picking classes for the next semester, he was like, alright, you got choices of this, and this, and this. I don't really recommend taking this one, blah, 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 you know, same old, same old. And I looked at the Understanding Diversity class, I went, I want to take that one. I willingly took that class. I need more food before I go into this cave. But anyway, I willingly took that class. Nobody forced me to take that class. My dad thought that was an enforced class. He immediately had an issue with it. And he argued with me on Facebook about how they're trying to teach us woke ideologies and stuff. That just had to laugh, dude. And every time I call out my father for being, like, transphobic, racist, homophobic, and stuff, every time he says the exact same thing. I love you, kiddo. You'll understand someday. Bitch! What? What? What do you mean I'll understand someday? I'll understand to be racist someday? The fuck are you on about? I'm keeping this part in the video. There's always gotta be at least one part in the video where I talk about something that I cannot remove. And this is the part, because, like, what are you on about, father? You're telling me that someday I'll understand why you're racist and homophobic? No! I'll never understand, because literally... I try to speak on the behalf of the LGBT community. They literally just want to be heard and accepted. They don't care if you agree with them. They just want you to be, like, respectful towards them, you know? They want to be able to walk out into the life of America in their own skin and not get yelled at, being yelled of all these slurs and stuff towards them. The main gist is just that they just want to be fucking accepted, man. Is that too hard to ask? It's just like with the black community back in the 1960s and shit. They didn't want to be segregated anymore. Now, there's certain things with, like, trans people that are gonna be a little bit tough. Like, trans women in sports, for example. Trans women should remain in men's sports because they are assigned males at birth. I'm sorry if that offends anyone, but personally, in my belief, not even belief, it's kind of just factual information, the male body... sorry. The male body does outperform the female body. That's just biologically true. I'm sorry, that's just biological facts. We cannot ignore the facts while also respecting those communities. I think, personally, that trans people should get their own league in sports, just like how women do. People don't have an issue with, well, people did originally have an issue, but I don't see it as prominent anymore. People don't have an issue right now with women having like women's basketball and stuff like that. You know why there were separate sports between men and women? It's because the men, their bodies outperform females way more, or women, whatever. And that's just the truth, man. That's just biological facts. We can't ignore the biological facts. That's not something that just the right believe in. I lean in more towards left beliefs and stuff, but somehow it's a conservative belief to think that biology means facts, which it does. Sorry. I'm not trying to be offensive either. Like, man, I hate it whenever I see people get offended at, like, people who point at the biological facts and stuff. It's like, dude, but it's true. Although, I do kind of understand where they get at. Sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes it does. So I can kind of get why they get so pissed, but you can't hide from the truth. It's going to come back to you. As it would to us psychologically and stuff. How the hell are you on a ladder? What the f- His prices are decreasing. His isn't. And Dad just keeps thinking that I'm gonna convert to being racist at some point. Fucking delusional ass father, dude. Also, Dad doesn't even look at multiple sources anymore. He used to. He used to look at multiple sources, but now he only sticks to one piece of media. It's a piece of media that arguably some would call fascist. I don't know what to call it. I don't want to throw around the word fascist because I know that we don't really understand the word fascist anymore. So I can't really speak whether it's fascist or not, but many people are saying it is. But there's this thing where certain Americans are they're making like their own like place to like comment on news and stuff, and it's something that Trump has done, where he unbanned all the neo-Nazis and stuff. I looked into it very briefly, okay? I can't speak it like word for word, but I'll show the video on screen that I watched about this, because I was curious. I don't really dabble in politics that often, but this was something that I really wanted to just kind of look at, touch upon real quick, before I went to go do my normal daily stuff. But I talked about, like, stuff that was going on in, like, America, primarily. And, like, YouTube are now allowing, like, neo-Nazis to speak on the platform and shit. Because Trump wanted those people who were originally banned to be unbanned. And it's just basically a big old issue. I can't remember it fully, word for word. It doesn't help that now I've trained myself that every time I talk about politics, I try to distract myself to stop talking about it. Because it's not something I want to be my main driving point of talking on YouTube. Because it's just, there's already so much politics out there. There's already so many people pointing out their opinions and getting angry at others for theirs, and etc., etc. It's a hard horse to tame, Jesus. I forgot you can do that. It's so weird that you can do that. What? What? Huh? What? How do I get off this thing? You can... Sorry. Can you fucking dual wield? Oh my god. That's so cool. I mean, I knew... Wait, can you just put that up there? Oh my god, can you put anything up there? You can? What? Like, literally anything. You can. That's so cool. I didn't know you could just do that. Also, the F key for that? That's so cool. Alright, here's the goal. I'm gonna go back into that cave. We're gonna go get me some obsidian. And finally build that nether portal. So let's go do that. It is finally time. I remember when they added the new soundtrack when I used to hang out with someone back in the past. When the Caves and Cliffs update first came out. And it was by far like one of the biggest things that caused like my headaches and stuff. Because like originally when I first heard the new soundtrack I was like, ooh, I don't like it, you know. As with anyone who's listened to the new soundtrack probably reacted the same way. You know what? I'm gonna make a new waterfall here. Put it right there. And then I see some water over here. I'm gonna go grab that. I know that technically there's a way of getting up, because like, I'm pretty sure it's towards that way or something. But I'm just not gonna do that, not worth my time. Okay, this is the area that we need to explore now. Oh, hi. Creeper? Oh man. I thought I was far away enough. I thought... Yeah, never mind. Yeah, this area is pretty well lit. There we go, that's how we use that. Creeper, skeleton, despawn skeleton. But if I move closer, it'll spawn back in. Nope. Let's use the bow. Okay then. Not the best shots, but better than nothing. I'm pretty sure I missed out on some diamonds from last episode. Remember, I ran by them somewhere right... Oh yeah, I see them. They're right over here. Just one diamond. There's the lava lake. It's a massive lava lake, actually. Huge. Jesus. We only need 10 pieces. The ice bucket challenge. That's really what they called it. I remember doing the ice bucket challenge years ago. I was like 6 years old or something, 7. Maybe, I don't know. I was really young. Was it 2014 when that challenge was going on? 2015? Was it 2017? I don't even fucking remember. I remember doing it though with my cousin Bailey. Pretty fucking sweet. Not really. I hated it. As a kid, that was not fun. But whenever the Ice Bucket Challenge was happening again on TikTok, like last year or something like that, I knew I had to take it to some like extreme lengths. So here's what I did. We took one of the big garbage cans and filled it up to the brim with water. And then we dumped it on me. That may have been the most redneck thing I think I've ever done. Another skeleton, eh? Missed. Now he's aggroed on me. Oh, there's diamonds here. Oh, there's more diamonds. Hell yeah. Oh. There's diamonds up there. Three diamonds. 4 diamonds. It leads into a cave. No, not even a cave. Just one of those circular structure things. Oh my god. Holy shit, that's so cool. Is that more diamonds? That's more diamonds! I was literally walking over him too. What the hell? Alright, well, I have 9 diamonds. I can make an enchantment table, a sword, an axe. I mean, we're gonna need these diamonds anyway, because, like, for the netherite stuff. So it's a good thing we're finding a lot of them. I kinda wanna go up there, because that had, this thing up there had something cool. Oh shit. More diamonds, holy shit. Better run out of torches. So I'm just gonna keep this one that's on me. That's the sound that they make when they turn into a drown. That's good to know. Oh, more diamonds. God, dude, there's nothing that can beat the nostalgia, though, of the original Minecraft soundtrack. I know what I said about the new soundtrack being amazing, but seriously, though, the original is just so nostalgic. You know how many memories flood my head when I hear this? And I know I'm not the only one. There's other people who are like me, who, the second they hear this soundtrack, that's a lot of spiders. The second they hear this soundtrack, they just get immediately nostalgic. Memories of good times, memories of a time when things used to be simple. Whatever you want to put it as. days that we all strive to be back, but can't reach anymore. Why does that one look like a character from Minecraft Story Mode? Not the female one. This one, he looks like Jesse from Minecraft Story Mode. Am I wrong? Like, he looks like the Jesse skin from Minecraft Story Mode. He is! It has the jumpers and everything. Aww. That makes me sad. Not sad, like, I don't... Aw, that game's already dead. Aw, I'm sorry, Jesse. God, that's another game I miss. I mean, I have it downloaded. I want to do a part series on it after I'm done with this one, but still, it's so sad that... Mojang, I don't understand you. Why don't you bring back story mode? You know everybody wants it. Dude, you know how many people I've heard talk about wanting to play Minecraft story mode again? There's so many people that I know I want to play that game again. And people who have never played it, who want to. Like, just bring it back. I will pay all my money to play that game again. I have 300 sitting in PayPal. They're supposed to go to my student loans, but I'll happily pay them. I'll happily pay Mojang for not the student, all my student loan money for fucking Minecraft story mode again. Just to play it again. I mean, I already have it right now. GOG Games, if you've heard of them, they have it for free. You can just straight up download it off their site. You just play it. And no, it's not a scam. It's actually, there's these people who, they're holding like, it's like a Minecraft story mode archive. They literally just gave it to you for free. They figure out a way how you can access all the games again without having to, like, own them yourself. And even if you do own them yourself, like, I have the first game, and it's all its DLCs, like, on disc. You can't even get it to install. You pop that thing in your Xbox, it will not install. It's one of those situations where you had to have it already installed on the Xbox to be able to play it and stuff, which is unfortunate, but me, when I was younger, I didn't know that's how the world would work later on in the future, and frankly, nobody thought that's how it would work in the future, but here we are. What time is that? 17. I think I'll head back to my base, put up this stuff, and then come back into the cave and try and find more diamonds. I'm gonna make another video, tailored towards photography again. And, that video might offend some people, because, I have some very strong opinions about raw therapy. So, recently, I went to this trip. I talked about it already. The Top Golf trip that I went to with my partner, to celebrate their friend, my friend, our friend's birthday, Lofi's birthday. We went on that trip to Top Golf, and it was really cool. Really cool place. I got second place once, and then I lost every other game. That's to be expected, though, because I'm not a golfer. But anyway, we went to Top Golf, had some fun, etc., etc. And I took pictures with my DSLR camera the entire time. And I wanted to use this chance to test out raw therapy and its full potential. To the guy who commented on my video, on my photography video, if you are subscribed to the channel, and if you are watching this video as well, I want to shout you out. Thank you for thank you for suggesting to go look at the forums for raw therapy and Darktable. I went to just the raw therapy forum to look up how to use more of their features and stuff. And I spent a great day of yesterday, about 3.5 hours trying to figure it out. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I had a lot of beef with raw therapy and trying to remove noise in my pictures. Every time I tried to do it and try to understand it better, to try and remove noise out of my pictures, because we were indoors, I had to use a high ISO. I also needed to have a high shutter speed as well, so I can capture the golf balls being swung and flung as my friends and my partner were taking swings and stuff. And they created the images to be dark, so I had to also just turn up the ISO, which made more noise in the pictures. And when I was trying to eliminate the noise in raw therapy, for some reason, that software was just not removing the noise, even though I was doing everything correct. I followed some YouTube videos, I followed what the forums had said, I just kept doing something wrong. I didn't know what it was just something. It was really starting to piss me off, to the point that I said, fuck it. And I went to travel into 7 seas. Oh, Greg's back. Okay, could you guys move? Could you guys... So raw therapy, it was getting on my nerves a lot. Just not fucking give me the results that I was looking for. So I said fuck it. And I went on to the 7 seas. And I got myself a version of Lightroom. And I just went straight back to Lightroom, and oh my god, am I so happy to be using that again. So, to anyone who supports, like, raw therapy or Darktable, I understand why you use it, but it's just not for me. I'm sorry. It's just not for me. It's just not my thing. It's okay that you use it. I'm not saying that you are lesser than me. I understand the full potential that that app can have, but it just wasn't working with my camera. I think the main part of why it wasn't working with my camera, at least, is because my camera is 13 years old. 16 years old, actually, not 13. It is 16 years old. So, maybe that's why it wasn't cooperating. I don't know. Whatever was happening, it wasn't cooperating, and I was getting tired of it. So I went back to my GOAT Lightroom. I know people hate the Adobe products, but I'm using a specific version. Because I hate the modern Adobe products, and such. I started using Lightroom, and immediately I started getting the results I exactly wanted. I'm not gonna share the pictures on the screen. I know usually I'll be like, I'll share the pictures on the screen, but this time I'm not. Primarily because they are more private, and also my real life face is in them. So I don't really want to share them. Should probably get more windows, honestly. Jesus. It's a nether portal! We got a nether portal! Do these things always have an animation? Boom. Bam! We got to go to nether. I don't know what the hell any of that was. We get to go to the nether. Boom. Oh boy. Oh boy. Where do we spawn? Where do we spawn? Okay. Can't complain. It's not that bad. Actually, I do prefer spawns like this over anything else. I won't mind that just yet. Okay, let's see. Are we nearby anything important? Interesting. a big fan of those sounds. Oh. Okay. Are those normal piglin or are those zombie piglin? I think that's zombie piglin. Yeah, it has to be. Is that a fucking brute? The fuck are you? Okay, we got a crimson forest near us. Okay. Let's test. Are you... Yeah, you're normal. Zombie piglin. Okay. Interesting. Just seems like the truth, because I managed to get 3. Just from that alone, I already had gold. What would be the best gold thing to equip? Let's say a helmet. Because it looks like that. Oh, I brought my diamonds in the nether with me. Whoops, I probably should not have done that. Okay. So we got jump scared, but we did get the chance to go to the nether. I'm going to explore the nether a little bit more. I'm going to make some torches. Oh my god, it's beautiful. God. That's just... God damn. Soul Valley over there. And there's a basalt biome over there. Hell yeah. Got access to Blackstone. And eventually, whatever's at the Soul Valley, which I'm pretty sure those dried gas spawn at. God, dude, this place is just so fucking beautiful. Dangerous. Can't lie about that. But beautiful. Like, even without shaders. I bet this is... Oh. You can't see shit without shaders. That would kill me if I jumped down there. It's a normal piglin. Ooh, wow. That's a big drop. Ah, the little babies. Do these guys have a feud between each other? No, they're just running around. Oh. Oh yeah, that's cool. Ow! What? Oh my god! I didn't know they did that. I didn't know they got pissed at you for mining their gold. It's good to know now. Okay, so the normal piglins get pissed at you. The zombie piglins don't give a damn. Which, that's good. Yeah, that's a soul valley over there. I'm noticing there's a lack of ghasts. Which is strange. Usually there should be a lot of them. Kinda glad there's not a lot of them. But just saying, stating the obvious. Helmet's doing fine, that's good. Is that another basalt biome? Yes, it is. Traversing the Nether is possibly one of the scariest things, in my opinion. Because, god, dude, you could always die at the worst possible opportunity, and my way back is now obscured. To take on one of these guys as much as I don't want to. Yep. Here he comes. Now he's still following me. Okay, I'm not as scary as I thought they were. They only did a part and a half of damage, which isn't bad. Did he just despawn? Does look like a bunch of guys I probably shouldn't fuck with. Okay, I think that gas just despawned. Try and go down as much as I can before I start heading towards the north. That's a lot. I hear a ghast, but I don't see a ghast. Why is there a fucking chicken here? How the fuck? Oh, that's another fortress. That's another fortress. Oh my god. Most people wouldn't be probably reacting like this. Most people would be like, wow, that's another fortress. But dude, my luck in finding those is so rare. I don't know if it's because they're a rare structure, or if I'm just extremely unlucky, but man, that is a monumental thing for potion brewing. Holy shit. What the fuck is that? That's a modded structure? God, dude, this is so fucking pretty. Kinda like one of those terrifyingly pretty zones. I say terrifying because someone could strike me right now, I'd fall to die in lava. It's another fortress. God, I want to explore this thing though. Oh, there's multiple of it. Okay, that's concerning. Is there even going to be any loot of this, or is this going to be one of those things that's just going to waste my time? Skeleton killed himself, so that gives me the clear. This doesn't really look like it goes anywhere though. Like, it's not worth it. I'm gonna go with it anyway. So there is another fortress over there at the very least. Which direction is this? So it's northwest? Okay. Oh. That's a good thing, I think. They just killed themselves. Skull charge banner. Okay. Nether port? What the hell's a nether port? So it's north from me. I'm pretty close nearby it, which I'm guessing it's going to be talking about that. Same thing. Ouch. How does that sound? no, okay, I don't need those. Interesting. I think I'm hearing those nether skeletons, not nether wither skeletons in the fucking lava. So I know they don't burn, they don't die in the lava specifically. Oh, I can, whoa, I didn't know I could do that. That was not worth it. Okay. What can we learn from this journey of this nether modded structure? Ooh, Blackstone, my favorite. This is a complete waste of time in my opinion. This didn't really have anything to it. This is why I don't do parkour. I could have just killed myself to lava there. There we go. This is why I don't do parkour. Proceeds to continue doing it. I think I might do that one next episode because we've done so much today already. We've done a lot today. We've gathered a lot of supplies. We got crying obsidian, and we can trade more with. Maybe not these guys, but we can trade more with some piglins to end off the episode. You're not. Okay, you gotta start attacking me by now. Nice. Oh, cool. More soul sand. Iron boots. Vex armor trim, gold material, soul speed 3. Oh, people fucking die for that stuff, dude. Give me another bird. Give me blackstone. Spectral arrows? That's probably part of the mod. So that's definitely not base game. Good job to nether quartz. More nether brick. Gotta drop that. What'd that drop? Soul speed 2. That's pretty cool. More crying obsidian. I can make one of those respawn anchors so I can respawn in the nether. Oh, I got a dried gas? When the fuck did I get that? I think one of those piglins dropped it. I'll have to review the footage, dude. How the hell did I miss that? Okay, cool. I think this is back towards my portal. Yeah, it definitely is. There's a ghast over here. Oh my god! I did that with my arrow, holy shit. I think that music disc is my least favorite out of the new ones. I didn't listen to it all the way, but on the Lofi's Realm, I listened to it briefly. And it was just one of those, it was just like, meh. Not something, side music just I'd die for, like Pig Step, or, what was the other one? That Aaron Sheriff did, I think is it. Creator. Creator's probably my favorite music disc. That or Stall. That's some good progress today. That's some great progress. Although now I can see an issue arising. We need we need some storage because I'm out of space. I think yeah, I'm very much out of space. I'll do that next episode. I think I'll leave my inventory just like this. I wonder what these spectral arrows do. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching today's part 4, and I will see you in part 5. Goodbye.